Before you take your photo, make sure that your shutter speed is set on 60. Okay, we are shooting indoors, so 60 is a really, really good setting to have it on when you're first starting out. Okay, so this little line right here is pointing at the number 60, so that looks good and we can move on. We also want to make sure that it says 400 inside that little teeny tiny window. That should never ever change. That should always say 400. Okay, and then right here, this is our shutter release button. Okay, so we have this set the way we want to. It is set on 60. This is perfect. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to look through your viewfinder at the light meter. Okay, so we're going to look through the viewfinder. And right now, you really cannot see the light meter. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to push the shutter button down a tiny bit. Okay, so I'm going to push it down just part way, and then that will show you the light meter. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Okay, you guys see how it kind of does that little blinky thing and then it turns to a red minus sign? The red minus sign means that we don't have enough light. If you had a red plus sign the whole time, that means you have too much light. And if you have a green dot, you have the perfect amount of light. Okay, so the way to fix this, and you will need to do this before every single shot you take, is on your camera, you find the aperture ring. This right here, the one closest to your camera, the one that clicks, this is your aperture ring. Okay, so you want to move it and check every single time to see if you can get that green dot. Right now it's set at 22. 22 is really, really tiny, so we're just going to go ahead and move that. Okay, I've moved it. It's set on 5.6. Now I'm going to check and see what my exposure looks like with my light meter. Okay, still a red minus sign, so that means I'm going to keep trying. .8, let's see how that goes. Aha! Green dot, perfect. Okay, so this is set up just right. If you look, I'm actually underneath a light. Okay, there's a light right there on the ceiling. If you stand underneath a light, you're more likely to get a green dot. That's really going to help you out. Okay, now I'm going to aim my camera, so I'm actually taking a photo of something. And throughout this, I'm going to look through the viewfinder while I move my camera. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you how to focus. Alright, I would like to have a photo where my chair and my books are nice and clear. You can see in the middle, and this is really light and a little bit tricky to see, there's a circle and a little bit of an inner circle that looks like it's sliced in half. Okay, see what happens when I make it unfocused. Okay, the picture gets fuzzy, and also it looks like there's a little bit of a split with where the two edges of the table line up. Okay, that is something that allows photographers to see whether or not something is focused. Okay, and now I'm twisting the focusing ring in the other direction, and you can see right here is the sweet spot. This is where the photo is focused. If I turn it a little bit more to the right, it's not as focused. If I turn it a little bit more to the left, also not as focused. Right in the middle is that sweet spot. Alright, so now I'm ready to take a photo. You press the shutter release button. If you're pressing it and nothing's happening, you just need to move the film advance lever. And now you should be able to take your photo.